All right. Hey, what is up, everyone? Welcome back to the stream. This is Danny Xander, and today we're going to be looking at creating impact sound in Reaktor. We're going to be creating a massive cinematic sound that is like something straight out of a movie trailer, using only stock Reaktor modules. No samples, no presets, just a raw sound from scratch. And if you're into film scoring, video game sound design, or just love building crazy sounds, you're in the right place. Uh, so let's start off with the bass. So I'm going to bring in the first layer, our boom core sound. I've got Reaktor open right here, and now I'm going to bring in the modules that we need. I'm going to be dropping a sine. I've got our sine and our note in here. We want a heavy sub for the boom, and now I'll be adding a pitch envelope. So I'm going to bring in a pitch envelope. We're going to rename this. This is going to be our pitch ADSR, and we're going to create a short envelope to give the initial punch, and then like a kick drum, but cinematic. So going to hook that up. We're going to get this going. Connect to our modulation source. Just simple setup to get things rolling. So I now got my core modules. I'm going to turn my amp up so you can hear it, and you can get a low sound right there. We got a low pitch, so you hear that. But I'm gonna make this so that it drops quickly over time. I am gonna add in another envelope, and this envelope is gonna be called our amp. Okay, great. So now that I got my envelopes, I'm gonna create this impact sound. So let's test it out. Oh yeah, that's nice and low. Nice and low pitch for us to play with. So we're gonna make it drop quickly. There we go. Right. Okay. So we're gonna tune it slightly, just a little bit. Okay. Now to shape it with the state variable filter. Bring in that filter for our low rumble. Gonna connect it in, and we got our filter. So let's filter out, and we got a nice low deep rumble. So we're modulating with the second envelope here, right here, to get that longer decay in our sound. So I'm gonna actually lengthen it just a little bit. So it trails off, and we can add some saturation of some sort to really bring out that texture and the feeling of a low boom stomp sound. I'm going to bring in a module that's going to give us some texture, probably some saturation. And that's giving us a nice deep boom. So already that's a hard hitting sound. But to really give it some some space and some size, I think we could add in a noise oscillator. Just gonna look inside here. So let's see. So I'm gonna bring in Gonna bring in another module. Going to bring in some noise. So just gonna look into the Reaktor native instruments pack we got, native instruments core, and I'm gonna bring out with a core library, and we're gonna look for some noise. So I found some noise here that I can possibly use. Bring that in, hook it up, and we need to blend it together. So we can do that. And got the noise going into our filter. So the reason we're not hearing anything now is because I need to turn up the volume. Let's see. Okay. So we brought in a noise module just to add a little bit of noise. So I think I want a little bit more crashing sound, more like a distant explosion. So we're going to give it that noise, like an explosion. Let's see. And let's see if I can add an envelope to this. I'm going to bring another envelope in so that I can add a little bit of ADSR control. And a little reverb. Okay. Bring a little reverb in, and for that final finisher, finish off the sound. A little bit of reverb. Okay. So add a little delay. Long pre-delay. And we got our impact. So it's really just finding tuning that ADSR slightly, pulling back attack slightly, fine tune our sound, and we got our impact. There we go. There we go. Fine tuning that deep sound. And there we go. We got our cinematic deep impact. So, if you think that was dope, and you want to learn more, we went from silence to a big impact sound in just a few minutes. And you want to learn more about how to build cinematic effects, risers, pads, basses, you name it. Check out the full Reaktor sound design course, link in the description. Or if you want this exact patch, drop a fire emoji or type Reaktor in the comments, and I'll send it your way. I stream almost daily, so hit that sub button, smash that like button, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out. So I'm going to actually build out another section of this if you want to stick around, but that's the tutorial for today. I'm just going to save my boom. Okay, we got a sonic boom saved. And we can go ahead and we can actually record this to our DAW. So I'm going to go in. And we're going to set up a metronome. Or set up our click. Bring up the tempo to what we feel is a good tempo. And hit record. And there we have it. Just to let the tail decay, just going to play it a little bit longer. Okay, and we're going to use a little volume decay here, or a little bit of automation, because I want the sound to actually deaden near the end. So I'm thinking with a little volume automation, we can actually get it to turn down. So let's see what we can do. Let's turn on our automation. Okay. Let's see. We've got our sound. We can actually wow, I really like that. Sounds like a nice sonic boom. So let's go ahead and just do the shortcut. We can just use our master volume control and get the volume down to 0, draw a few points. Let's just check if it decays off. Okay, so that's what it would look like. A little fine tuning. We can rename our sound, Sonic Boom. And now, this is not really a tutorial about beat making. I mean, not beat making. This one is not really making a beat, but more an effect. So we can add a pad just surrounding this, or we can leave it as is. So I'm just going to go ahead, bring in a little pad sound, check my key. Why not? For fun, we'll copy that in and paste it in here. Check our key. C# minor. That's good. Okay. And then we will go ahead and build something around it. So let's go to our collection, our plugins. I think I'm going to use a Fat Filter plugin. I like the Twin 3. Can do something in that key. Maybe a chord progression. Let's just introduce some kind of Okay, let's record that in. Let's grab the best pieces of that. Let's see how we can link these together. I think the boom should go here. Just gonna end that off. Okay, add a little reverb on the tail end. I'm going to show automation. I want a little delay, actually, a little delay and reverb, so let's pull that in. Just playing around with the sound effect, experimenting, and making it sound cool. I want a little reverb too. Little reverb tail. Because I want it to bleed into the note, into the next section. There we go. That sounds more like what I'm looking for. And we got a sonic boom. So let's elongate our progression, see what we had before that, see if we can grab any interesting ideas. Okay, let's see if we can repeat that. So I'm gonna bring in some kind of cinematic drums. I know the perfect kit for this, I think, is something from the Contact Collection. We're gonna pick that, and we're gonna blend in some sounds. See if we can make some kind of ambient sounding, like lo-fi R&B, maybe mixed with a little bit of a kind of like a marshmallow influence. So I'm going to bring in some hats and some claps. Let's see. So I know that I want something familiar with this beat, with this production. I'm gonna bring on some kind of drums. I know I want these drums, so let's go ahead and I'm gonna move everything actually a little bit onto the grid lines, if that makes sense. So I'm just gonna take the whole thing and we're gonna push it up just a hair so that everything is lined up nicely, and we're gonna line this back up. There we go. Okay, so let's see. I think I want to use a 4-bar section, and then I'm going to assign that to a hat sound and really fill it out. So I don't have my mouse clicker on. Okay, I got it now. So let's do that. And I just want to clack. I want a hat or a snare. So let's look for a nice sound. Yep. Okay. Let's just see if we can take a second to get something going. Nice pattern. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna join these parts, just gonna mute that. Let's play it again. Just gonna pull these off the grid a little bit, give it a little more feel. just a little hair. You want this to be on the grid, but just a little bit better feeling. A little bit ahead. Need some kind of hat action here. We're gonna end that clip. Okay, so we got that part. Gonna bring in a simple kick. Okay, we're gonna use that as an effect. So, gonna bring in a simpler. Because I'm liking that, so gonna drag this sound from our crack rack. And we're going to take it, open this up, and bring it in as a sound. Let's just see. That didn't work. I want that impact, so to really use as an effect. Okay, so let's do it right here. Turn back on our metronome. Let's put on some delay here. Show automation. Let's have some effects. Let's copy that one over. Okay, last step. Just want a hat to be subtly in the background. Give it some bounce, give it some movement. Sorry about that, but bury that way in the back. I want to add a bass to this, extra bounce, and I also want to add. I'm thinking about a kick right now, so I think it deserves an 808. So we're gonna hit that with a pure 808s. I'm thinking about that right now. We're gonna go to our stock sounds. How can I use this as a sound effect? Let's see. I want some less, I want the attack to be a little faster, so. Let's try it out. Okay, I just need to clean it up a little bit. It's, the idea is there, I just need to make it a little cleaner. I saw a stray note, just don't know where it went. Just a stray note. There it is. Alright, clean up the note lengths a little bit. Oops. Let's make it legato. Okay. Gonna bring our motif down. Do the whole track and test it out. That doesn't work there. So. lengthen out that section so that perfect loops. Try something else. Try another idea. Okay, might have to change this up a little bit of the flow of this progression. I'm just going to take this section, I'm going to duplicate it. So let's move this up a couple bars, the whole thing, just a little bit. This is how you fix things. I usually don't do this, but in this case, I am going to do it because I want to create another section, and hopefully I can move it over top and have something that is original versus the duplicate. Just call it the original groove, and then add a locator. Because I'm actually going to move it. Okay. I like it up to there. I'm going to shorten our clip, and we can do it again. Let's test how it feels like this. Let's test it out in context. Okay, we're going to drop a little beat section here. I think this would be a good time in the development of the track to bring in something that sounds like a proper kick layer and okay, let's bring that in. Okay, I'm liking that. Okay, now we bring in that kick. Oops. I'm just thinking of so many ideas at once. It's kind of crazy. Let's keep going. I'm going to separate the kick because I want it to be deep. I want it to be deep sound. So it needs its own, it deserves its own track. But the kick is going to be the star, so that's why. Let's just color a different color. Okay, let's see. Let's keep going. I'm looking for a different kick. Oops. Let's go back, undo that, and let's bring in another kick. Just gotta layer this in. Okay. Let's bring the volume down. There we go. That's what I was looking for. All right, let's do this at quarter notes. We want double kick here. Let's do that 8th note kick. I also want my velocity to be really high because I want the kick to have its own space, but also feel real. Okay. What's the velocity of this? 97. Sorry for the kick noises. Okay. Let's see if we can adjust the timing a little bit on these chords. I'm going to pull them back. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2. I want them to start like, I think right there. Okay, let's see how that works out with every other one. For up to there, let me just color these so I know what that looks like. Okay, we're going to add one more sound just to finish this off. I think some kind of arpeggiating sound would be really nice right here. Just something echoing away, kind of repeating what we have. So some OTT on that crack rack. We need some kind of response. I think this part needs to continue through. Add a pad, maybe a bass. Okay, I know I don't want to do this one. Turn this on one section of the track. I'm just gonna set some automation points. Just gonna turn this on and off. Okay, I want to add something else to this. One more effect, because I had an idea in my head. That was going to be the, let's go back into our plugins. I just can't remember the name of the plugin. I think it was a Cable Glass plugin. Yeah, the shaper. So I only want that on for a certain part of it, not really the whole thing. So let's show that automation. Just want it to be on for a section. Let's grab wait a minute. Let's turn off this for a second. I don't like what it's doing. My sound. That sounds horrible. No. Totally wrong idea. But it sounds ugly. So let's redo it. Still not getting that bounce I want. So we're going to keep going with it just a little bit more. Hopefully enjoying the session, what we can make from our creativity using just that drop sound that we initially had. That sonic boom. want more lead sound. I'm tired of that one, so can't repeat that forever. I want more open sound, like a lead. Let's see what we got. Sometimes no. Okay, so I'm gonna stop with that. Maybe I can find a sound, or just leave it as is for now. See if we can push it just a little further. Capture some of that. Let's try to find a nicer sound. Now we got a little bit of melody. Okay, I'm going to duplicate this part out, and I'm going to create a little bit of a lead on top of that because I want a little more texture, another layer. So we're going to go crazy on this layer. We can add where we want. I don't know why that note won't play, but it's fine. I think I took something out. Okay, so hopefully you learned something from this session. That brings us to the end of the session. I just wanted to flesh out the full idea of the track and experiment. So hopefully you learned something about sound design in this session. I will see you in the next live stream. Peace out. And just as a recap, this is our full sound. From this, this was at, let's do minus 25. And that's all we got. Peace out.